back, or welcome if you're new. If you are new, hi, I'm Cora. Check out the description box below for links to all of my social accounts as well as my website, corashay.com. And today we are doing another blogging tips or blogging related video. You guys seem to be really liking those. If you are here for self-improvement and productivity content, just X out of the video, and next week we will be back to our regularly scheduled content. But I do enjoy throwing these videos in there occasionally because I love talking about how everyone can be a more successful blogger and the information I know, and I love sharing and talking about it because I'm so passionate about it. So today we're going to be talking about 7 myths related to blogging. Live your best possible life. Alright guys, I cannot talk enough about how important Number 1 is that no one reads blogs anymore. That's not true. My stats and the stats of so many other people that I speak to in the blogging community absolutely prove that that is not true. This myth, I believe, comes from the concept that blogging has changed, which is absolutely true. Blogs 10, 15, 20 years ago do not look anything like blogs look now. Blogs look professional now. Blogs that are successful do tend to provide help in one way or another, whether that be they're entertaining, they're educational, they're just providing you with some form of value. It might be fair to say that the blogs that were what blogging was 15 years ago are dead now and that nobody reads those, and I don't even know if that's entirely true either. Regardless, the blogging world has changed, but there are absolutely still millions of people, hundreds of millions of people who read blogs. Every time you Google something, there's a very good chance that you end up on a blog, whether or not that be something that you even realize is a blog. A lot of times it is a blog, but it doesn't even feel like it's a blog when you're reading it because it's so professional and put together. Blogging is not dead. People still read blogs. Myth number 2, that there is a magic length that all posts should be. You will see people who, especially if they're selling like blogging related content, or especially if they're selling SEO like courses or things like that, tell you that there is a magic number and you need to buy their content or buy their post or their book or whatever it may be so they can tell you what that magic number is, and that is false. But there is not a magic number that is perfect for blog posts. So first off, it depends largely on where you're primarily promoting your content. If you are just wanting to get views through SEO, so through primarily Google, length is a little bit more important because you need to balance length and keywords, but that is more important than the actual magic number. If you're promoting primarily through things like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, where it's shorter attention grabbing based social media platforms, you're going to want to go shorter, because if they stumble upon your content and they want to check out your blog, they're not going to want to read a 3,000 word basically mini book about the topic. They want bullet points, they want to the point. There is not a magic number. You need to figure out what works based off of your audience and how you promote. I do a lot through Pinterest. Majority of my views come from Pinterest. I have found that in general, give or take, 1,000 to 1,500 words is what works for my audience for them to actually stay on my blog. But if it's shorter than that, they don't tend to actually subscribe to my newsletter or follow me in any way. And if it's longer than that, people X out before they get to the end. That's the number that generally works for me. It may not work for you. Figure out what works for you. Do some, analyze your results and see what works, but there's not a magic number out there. Myth number 3, that blogs should be about only one topic. This is something that some people are going to disagree with me on about as well, and that's okay. Remember that this is my experience and this is what I have learned, and if just blogging about one super specific topic is what works for you, then keep doing that, absolutely. But I have found that not only do I just not personally like that, but I also found that it doesn't work for me, and it doesn't work for my life, and it doesn't work for the content I make. Because if I was only blogging about one very ultra specific topic, I would run out of content at this point. I have 200 plus posts. It works if you're blogging about, let's say, fashion or beauty or parenting, even health and nutrition. If you're doing recipes, there are specific topics where you kind of have unlimited things you could talk about, so you can hyper niche more. But when you're in broader categories in general, it doesn't work. Or if you're too hyper niched, it won't work because you're going to literally run out of content. Either way, you do not have to blog about just one specific thing. You can definitely have a successful blog talking about different topics and different ideas. You know, the lifestyle niche is massive. You know, that is, you can talk about anything, okay? It's your site. Do what you want and do what your readers like. Do what your audience likes. Your audience is going to like multiple things. All of us like multiple things and like to read and hear about different things. And if you write it in a way that your audience engages, even if it's not a topic that they necessarily always care about, they're going to click on it because they like the way you present it and they like how you talk to them and the information in your humor or your style or whatever that may be. You don't have to blog about just one super specific topic. Number 4 is that you need an English degree to write a blog. So I do think that this myth has generally been busted. I'm not the first person to say this by any means, but it was something that 15 years ago was presented as a much more important thing, that you need to have like a communications or an English degree and you need to be a basically professional writer to write a blog. That's not true. You can blog about anything. Your blog can be as grammatically or ungrammatically correct as you choose for it to be. I will not, if you go look through CoreShade.com, you will find some grammar errors and probably some spelling errors that my editing software did not catch, okay? That's fine with me. I don't have an English degree. I have a degree in hospitality management, okay? Customer service and hospitality and that world is what my degree is in, not at all English. And you can probably tell that from my site, but it's okay because that's me. And I think that for the people who are reading it, they're not looking for somebody with an English degree. You know, you're watching my videos, you're probably not looking for that specifically. And so I don't think that that's necessary. Again, I'm not the first person. This is not a hot take, but do not feel like you can't blog or you're never going to be successful at your blog if you don't have like an English or communications degree. Number 5, traffic equals success. That is not true. There are so many metrics, and ultimately what it comes down to is how you feel about your blog and if you feel like it's successful, because there is no textbook definition for what is a successful blog and what is not a successful blog. Also would like to remind you that a lot of people justify success by monetary measures. Traffic does not solely define your monetary success of your blog either. There are blogs that convert at crazy high levels for their affiliate sales or their own products that don't have absurdly high traffic views. There are websites that have super high traffic that are not well monetized in terms of ads and affiliate links or whatever it may be, where they're actually not making that much money. But at the end of the day, traffic does not equal success. 6, this myth is one that I do still see a lot. I know a lot of these myths are stuff that you'll see other people talk about, but good content, the myth is good content will make people find you. I wish that this was true. That would be amazing. I have just stumbled on amazing, incredible blogs. I mean, like, so put together, well written, engaging, funny, providing tons of value, and that I immediately subscribe to. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this blog. And then I'll, for whatever way, I'll look at their Twitter or whatever, and I see that they don't get very many views. And I'm like, what? They're amazing. Their content's amazing, right? But they're not promoting. They're not promoting on Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram. Their website is not SEO friendly. And I realized that, you can have an incredible blog, but if you are not doing the right things to promote it, it's not going to get traffic. Unfortunately, because there are so many people who prioritize things like SEO, your content could be the best article about XYZ thing on Google, but if 15 people made similar articles and they spent the time to make sure that it was SEO friendly and that their entire site is SEO friendly, they're going to rank above you. Now you're on page 3, and it doesn't matter how great your content is, it's still not going to get seen. Good content matters because nobody's going to subscribe and nobody's going to, follow your blog and sign up and follow you on social media and whatever if your content is bad. Quality content is important, but so is promoting it. If you do not promote it and you don't make your site SEO friendly and things like that, unfortunately, the traffic is probably not just. Myth number 7, don't choose an oversaturated niche. I hear this myth perpetuated all the time, that they say there's not space for you in their niche. And to me, that sounds like somebody who is scared. They're scared that they're not producing good enough content. that if somebody else is going to come along and make better content and push them out, which is not how it works. There is always room for new voices. There is, no matter your niche, there is always a space for you. You need to make that space, but there is always a space for you. There is not a there's not a finite amount of space in every single niche. It's not like, oh, there can only be 600 fashion bloggers and that's it. Everybody else, nobody will ever look at their traffic, see their blog. That's not how it works. There is not a set amount. You do not need to worry about, oh my gosh, this niche is oversaturated. I didn't get established 5 years ago, so I'm never going to be successful in that. That is not true, because we see it all the time. And a lot of times it is being innovative. We saw a lot of these girls get on TikTok, and right when TikTok started to become big and establish themselves as an authority figure in, say, the fashion world or the beauty world from TikTok, and then from there their blogs were able to grow, or their YouTubes or whatever it may be. Be creative, be innovative, but there is space for you. Do not listen to anyone who tells you that you can't blog in the niche you're passionate about because it's oversaturated. All right, guys, so those 7 myths are something that I'm very passionate about. I think that came out in this video. Again, these are my experiences. This is what I have learned over the time that I have been vlogging. This is not meant to upset anyone who thinks the opposite of me, because again, remember, what your experience is vlogging is going to potentially be very different than my experience. Everyone's experience is valid. Everyone's feelings are valid on terms of that. If you do have any questions, or you want advice, or you want to talk to me about it, make sure that you leave a comment below. And then also my DMs in Twitter. I have like 15 conversations going right now where I'm helping different new bloggers, and I love doing that. So feel free to slide into my DMs, specifically on Twitter. I'm the most engaged on there. I also tweet out blogging tips on there a lot, so definitely follow me on Twitter. It's just at Cora Shea. I put the spelling on the screen because my name's spelled weird. That being said, make sure you also subscribe, because at least once a month I try to do a blogging related video. And I also have, most of my content is about being more productive and improving yourself and improving your life, which is helpful no matter if you are a blogger or not a blogger, but it is still very helpful if you're a blogger. So please go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you stay and check out the channel and be a part of this community. Again, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Let's chat, let's share tips with each other. We can all be successful bloggers. I fully believe in you. And that being said, have a great day.